This is really hanging out. Let me just try to stuff this wire in my pack so I don't catch on a tree or something. Alright, that's better. Alright, so I think everything looks good stream-wise. Should. Is my actual mic working? Oh, I have sound turned off, that's why I can't hear anything. Yeah, sounds like it. Wow. Guess you can hear me breathing also. Alright, I think everything's good then. I've never been here, so we'll see what it's like. It's just a little bitty park with a bunch of kind of like downhill trails. It has wait, let's see. It's a video. Actually, when I'm riding, is the camera angle good? I think it should be. So it has like one uphill trail. Hey, Mr. Weenie Cat. One uphill trail, and then you have a downhill beginner trail. I guess I'll do that first. Then you have an intermediate one, and then they have beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. So like 4 levels. And I wonder, there's 2 experts over here. I wonder how hard they are. I guess I'll try them all, unless the advanced are like way too hard, and then I might not do expert. And then there's an uphill trail on this side and multiple trails going down. So, yeah. Kind of weird. There's, I thought it'd be busy because it's nice weather, but there's one other car here, and they got here right before I did. So it's like maybe it's this way to family trail. Beginner. Use your bike. Wait, so is that the downhill one? I'm so confused. Oh, wait. Is that little one? Let me go back and look at the map. So maybe it goes off that way. Yeah, and it's a little circle one. That's what I thought. All right, so I figured the other one couldn't be only a downhill, or they'd have do not enter signs. And that's right. That goes to, I guess, a little kids trail, basically, circle. And this goes up the hill. Yeah, see, they have do not enter signs on the downhill trails. This is banked like it's a downhill trail. Oh, I think this one did say it's the uphill trail is actually a 2-way one. So I guess you can ride down it. Because it's beginner, and there's a beginner downhill trail. So if you ride up this one and then back down, then that gives you 2 beginner trails to ride. If you can't ride harder stuff. They're really dusty. Oh. Hi. Hello. Thank you. I don't know if you could hear, but she told her kid, she's like, all right, now go yell, go biker, go. And the little kid yelled, go biker, go, when I was riding by. Stop across, oh, that goes across the road. So you can ride up here, and I guess that's kind of at the top of the downhill trail, uphill trail on that side. And you can go down those. I guess I'll go down this beginner one first and see what the beginner trails are like here. I think there's 4 difficulties here instead of 3, like most places. Well, usually it's like black diamond and there's double black, but they don't call them normal names here. This is a city park, and I think it said it was supposed to be like family friendly trails. So I assume the beginner ones are gonna be like really easy. The car got here right before me. Oh, I didn't start my app, so the speed and everything's not working. The car got here before me looked like a guy with some small kids, and they were doing the beginner trail. That might be why it's not super busy. It might be really easy stuff, and all the hardcore mountain bikers go ride somewhere else. I haven't mountain biked in so long I forgot. I hadn't been using this. Alright, it says it's working. The speed and everything should update in miles. I'll have to ride to actually see. All right. Did I aim the camera too far down? I think it's probably fine. It looked like it was almost too high up, where you couldn't see the trail good. Alright, that's the beginner one. And that's the intermediate one. And then there's a little connector so you can go up and just get to the intermediate. Here, let me put my waist straps on. So I went up over those bumps and my backpack was bouncing up and down. Last time I came mountain biking, I was talking about I couldn't really do jumps. This time I wore my other backpack that has waist straps. So I can do jumps and not have the thing bounce all around. Try to come off my back. I'll let him go in. That's a fun trail. It is really, really short. This whole park is really tiny. Hello. Hi. Thank you. So there's just really short uphills and really short downhills, which I guess is fine. There's a bunch of loops you can do over here and a bunch of loops on the other side of the road. Uh-huh. Hi, let's go. You're like literally really, really small bikes. Oh, is that the short one? Oh. Thank you.
Sorry.
You're fine. Oh, I never said that. I made a separate YouTube channel. And I don't have it linked on Twitch because I can't add any more links. I was gonna make a link tree or something and put it on there. I figured YouTube would do better if I had a separate channel. So it's a Megwin IRL. Wait, I might have forgot to start it today because I didn't have it auto start. All right, hold on. I might actually not be streaming to there. I just realized. Yeah, my chat didn't say it connected. I went and set it up before I started. Went live on Twitch. But I think I have to go back and tell OBS to actually send it. Let me check that real quick. So I figured YouTube, since most people there are subscribed to me, watch Beat Saber, and it kind of works differently in Twitch. I don't know if it really matters, but most people said they separated, made multiple channels for whatever kind of content, and IRL's quite a bit different than gaming. And since my gaming one's mostly just videos, I figured before I had a lot of live streams on there, I'd just make a different channel. Why won't this? Oh, the wires on the other side of the strap. I'm trying to fish my phone out of my side backpack pocket. Okay, yeah, it's not going. Right, it should be starting now. And it all looks good bitrate wise. Alright, cool. My chat app says it can't connect. No active live stream is found. The heck is happening? Now let me remote into my computer. So you can look and see what's going on. Okay, yeah, this app just doesn't think it's on. Really strange. Oh, here it goes. I guess it just had to be on for a few minutes before it thought it was on. Alright, cool. Yeah, thanks for... I've been meaning to... I had never said anything, which I should have, where people knew. That I was streaming on a different channel. It's not in my YouTube links, like I said, or Twitch links for my YouTube channels, because you can't put anymore. So I was going to make a link tree or something and have just a link to it and then a link to my 3 YouTube channels. Since I have that one and my regular one and the VOD one. And I also thought about taking the regular VOD one off and linking the IRL one. But so now I'll go down this other short intermediate loop, and then I'll go check out the ones on the other side of the road. Because I think there's just one beginner and a longer intermediate and a short one that cuts off right here. One-way traffic. That has some, oh, and it just comes back out here again. That's very short. Come on, seat. My dropper post won't come up unless most of the time, unless I push down on it, which is kind of annoying when my seat's almost all the way down and I'm going uphill and I want it to come up so I can sit down. But I don't want to try to sit down on it super, super low and then just to get it to come up and then I can't hardly pedal. which has always been like that. So the whole entire time I've had the bike. So I figure maybe it's just a cheap dropper post. It's still better than not having one. And I've never bothered trying to see if I can make it actually come up. I think I did maybe angle the camera down too much. I think I'll just do this again while I'm over here and then ride up again and go to the other side of the road. Actually, I'll ride up, because the beginner trail, you can go on that. I'll ride up to the top and go down the top of the beginner trail and then get on that intermediate. Ooh. So that trail kind of looks like they've wet some of the berms, like at least the beginnings of them. I mean, it could maybe just be from rain, and that's the only place the water ran on. But the rest of this has dried good since last time it rained, and those look wet, like they freaking sprayed them with water today or something. I know Duthie Hill always used to look like they would spray the berms with water in the summer. But last time I went there, 2 weeks ago or whenever it was? Or was it last week? I think it was 2 weeks ago. It doesn't look like they had done that at all. And they were like kind of falling apart. They were so dusty. A logarithm. Last time I was talking about getting traction because my front tire's tubeless and I didn't air it up that much. Well, today they both have less than 20 pounds in them, a little less, and it's crazy. Like this trail, I don't know it, and it's really really loose part of it and dusty, but like a lot of it I can still ride really fast because I don't feel like I'm losing traction at all. Like they're both low enough today when I get on the bike, they like kind of smoosh down into the ground. But I guess it's not that much harder pedaling uphill. And they get much better traction. I'm pretty sure they handle better though, being aired down really low tubeless. Because I didn't have the back tire quite as low last time. And it could just be the back tire. But used to the front one also when I had a tube. When it was really low, it almost felt like you could fill the tube. Like you'd wobble back and forth. Where the play is different. Like it feels loose with the tire aired way down, but it seems to mash differently. The back one feels more wobbly than the front. Just like the, tube is round and it makes the tire hold a different shape than if it doesn't have a tube in it, is what it feels like to me. I might just be imagining it also, because I've only ridden like twice, but that's what it kind of feels like. But I'm pretty geared. Well, I got that foot on and then it came off the pedal. All right, no cars coming. I thought I was geared down or up too much to get up that, but I could kind of pedal standing up because my tires are so low. And my back tire didn't try to spin at all, even though it's loose. I guess I'm just figuring out what it's like to ride without like 35 pounds in your tires. I figured I'd like it mostly on downhills. It does make it a little, well, I don't know. It makes it harder to ride uphill, but places like that where I was stopped trying to ride uphill, it makes it easier because I actually get traction. So actually I do lose traction sometimes going uphill. So it's probably easier riding uphill also. Washington State DOT right away. Oh, because this is the interstate's right over there. I just realized I never started a heart rate. You can't watch me die. All right. But yeah, so far it's much nicer. I guess I always was just worried that it would, I mean, if you're going uphill on something that you don't, at least here it seems to definitely, but yeah, probably pretty much any place. Like I guess if you're riding up a fire road, it wouldn't, because it's probably not going to be steep enough where you lose traction. But like on any trail, the traction would be better outweigh rolling resistance. Oh, let my seat all the way down. Okay, that's a black diamond, I guess. These signs actually show it as a diamond shape. You can ride around the jumps. I just saw a jump like wood build up, but there was a trail going beside it. So I guess I'll do that next. what I could just see right there didn't look unrideable. I chickened out on this one. That other one I don't know if I can do this now without any. Okay, actually my seat's all the way down. I can, I think. My front wheel just slid out from under me almost. I'm not used to going down stuff that steep, that's that loose, because it's so freaking dusty. You can just barely keep your front wheel under you. All right, this is also downhill, but it's a beginner one. I think it said it was a beginner. Or is this a two-way one? Oh, this goes back to the parking lot. Okay, so I guess this is a two-way one. All right, turn around and go back. So those hills back there, I can ride on those mostly fine. I'm not really good at getting all the way back behind my seat, at least not on this bike. Even when I let it down. And my backpack throws me off bad. So I could go down those easier without a backpack. That first one I went down, I tried to stop before it and I couldn't brake hardly. I did almost get stopped. Hi Tinker, how are you? All right, climbing trail. So I did almost get stopped and then it was like, oh, never mind. I think I can do this and not die. And flew down it. Felt like I just barely was back far enough not to try to go over. And I'm doing good, just having a nice time mountain biking. How are you today, Tinker? I'm gonna turn up TTS. Just relaxing. Shadow had his pain pump surgery yesterday. I hope that went okay. I assume he probably doesn't feel good today after just having it done Thursday. Yesterday, whatever, blah. Today's, what is today? Today's Wednesday. Oh, dang. It's like an evening surgery? I thought surgeries were almost always in the morning. I guess it depends on what kind. Because I figured most surgeons would go in at the morning and stop by like evening. I don't bike ride enough to do this and not run out of cardio. But yeah, I guess some of them, well, I know you'd have some that would at least come in for emergencies. I guess maybe some of them just work in the evenings instead of someone being on call or whatever, different surgeons. So then they just do some evening ones. Bike with caution, bikes have right of way, closed to all other uses. Uh-huh. I think the other side of the road matches my skill level more, which is not much at all. Because I really have never ridden this. I could do stuff like this on my 26-inch bike, but I've never gotten used to this bike. At least not while wearing a backpack to feel confident going down hills. All right, so I was going to make sure it's the right one. Yes, the intermediate one that I went down. I don't know about. Since I couldn't hardly do those loose downhills in the intermediate, I don't know about doing this Black Diamond. I mean, there's not really anyone else here. As long as I don't stop and just stand in the way on a hill. I guess it doesn't matter if I walk down the hills that I can't ride. I'm kind of interested in what it is. What it's like. So there's this that I'd obviously kill myself on, but you can ride around it. And I couldn't see any of the rest of the trail from where I was at. Oh, okay. This is where you die. This says it's double black. I can go down that, but I don't think I can drop off of that without crashing. At least not with any speed. Huh. Let me walk down and look at it. Yeah, I know I skip a lot of stuff by not committing, but I also haven't ever killed myself by doing that. Since you go down and you'd land on your front tire and then it drops again, I think I'd just die if I tried this. I don't even know if I can walk my bike down this because it's really slick and I have bike shoes on. All right. We're cruising down the way I go down Black Diamonds. I look and make sure there's no one coming behind me about to kill me, and then you walk your bike down. But yeah, with those, I'm undecided on, I don't want to be too much of a wimp and just not do the stuff. But I also want to go home uninjured and not go to the hospital. That's also a nice thing. Oh my gosh. I guess that's the easy route over there that I didn't take. Right here. Here. There's I don't know if you're supposed to go this way or not, but people do this. So I'm going over to the intermediate. Right at the hills that I think I couldn't get down. Pays to be safe on a trail you don't know. Yeah. On a trail you don't know. On a bike that you don't know, because you only mountain bike on it a few times a year. Is this the part I went down? Did I ride this last time? I don't think I rode this last time. I did the same thing. So with this, if I cut over here, I can do it fine. But and have a little bit of speed, but not bouncing over these bumps. And I also need to clip on my pedals first, so I don't bounce off going downhill. Except for I don't know about this. Yeah, see, like this right here, because this, if I go down right here, I'd be fine. If I go down right here, I'm going to go over the handlebars, unless I have a lot of speed. And you can't see that until you are going off the route, pretty much. So I guess it's that I don't know the trail, and it's mega, I don't know if you can tell, but it's mega dusty. Like an inch or something of freaking dust and loose gravel and crap. Like I went down this last time, but my front wheel almost washed out from under me halfway down. And I'm actually kind of scared of going down it now since I almost washed out last time. I guess starting just from here, I can just fine. Oh. It's not that steep, it's just you get into the dust and your front wheel just like, it's like we're riding through sand. Woo. I guess I'll go ride the stuff on the other side more. The stuff on the other side is none of it's loose. It's like all packed down really good, and that's like the only thing I've ever ridden. Like, I've never really ridden any like loose stuff hardly since I've come up to Washington. I've mostly like ridden in the like spring or whatever when the trails are all kind of wet-ish. Look, there's lots of briars. They're probably gonna come for my back tire today. Man, this is still weird. Like riding this on pavement right there, like curving, it freaks me out the way the tires handle. Being aired down this low. It actually might be why it's weirding me out going on some of the curves today. Like I get really good traction, but there's more play than I'm used to having. I haven't seen anybody on those trails on that side. I wonder if they're actually just too dusty to ride unless you're really good at riding. And everyone's just riding over here. There's not many people here, but still, I haven't seen a single person go to the other side of the road where I was just at. Oh, like, what time is it? 5:07. Cool. So I have plenty of time. I need to head home about 6. I feel like I've been riding longer than I have. I guess it's just tiring. Our landlord's coming by tonight. Our dryer, the belt started slipping, and or at least like most leases, you're supposed to upkeep the appliances that aren't built in, but they usually actually do all that. So I didn't know if they wanted me working on their dryer or not, so I asked them about it, and they were just said that was fine. They just said they would buy the belt and spend the money on it, and I could just install it. And then they decided they'd just bring us in another dryer. They said used one, so I guess maybe they got a used one cheap someplace, and it can't be worse than what we have, because ours, the temperature sensor doesn't work right, and the belt's slipping now. So as long as it works at all, it can't be worse. So that's kind of nice. I don't even have to work on it. They're just gonna bring another one by today. All right, I'm getting better at curving, taking those curves faster, and getting better at how my bike handles. That was faster than other times, and I felt My bike felt very planted. Like I was sure I could handle it instead of part of the time not being sure if I should slow down or not. So this is the shortcut that goes straight to this intermediate. Did I miss any chat? Because my app just said it reconnected. And it never has said it disconnected. So I don't know how long it wasn't working. No, I don't think I did. Cool. And my hands are sweaty enough I couldn't really get my water bottle out of the bottle cage. It was just slipping out. It hadn't been being as humid, but it dried. It rained a lot the last few days, and it's kind of dried out, but I mean, the rain is what got the smoke away, so it's the only reason I can go outside and not suffocate. And it's mostly dried out, but it's still a little humid, and there's no air like moving at all, so it's really stuffy down here under the trees. It's not that hot. I'm not that hot. I'm just freaking dripping with sweat because it's not evaporating. It's so humid. But not humid enough where I feel like I'm breathing in soup. So it's still not as bad as what 74 could be in the southeast. It's just not as dry as most of the summer is. Usually here you don't get sweaty hardly because it's, well, usually it doesn't get hot enough where I really think it's that hot. So I almost don't sweat anyways, unless I'm mountain biking. And the little I do just evaporates. Huh. I'll go on this one again. It's just the 3 jumps that I can't actually, there's no gaps, but it's made where you can go up and get air and then land on the other side. And I'm not that skilled. See, it's really short, because here's uphill trail again. Come on, seat. This is kind of fun. It's the actual smallest place I've gone to. Even that place I went to a few weeks ago north of the airport, with all the windy trails that crisscrossed each other. It has a lot more trails than this, I think, mileage-wise. It is still pretty nice. This isn't close by, but this park didn't open. I don't think it opened until last summer. And I had read about it, and I was planning on going last fall, and I never did. So I decided I'd check it out today finally, like a year later. It's really close, like one exit down the interstate is some really, really nice downhill trails. I don't know if I could stream there though. I've been at the trailhead and I don't get very good service. So it depends on if it gets worse going up into the mountains, picking up through more trees, or if it gets better because I'm higher up. I guess I'll have to go there and just try one day. And if I can't stream, just ride off stream. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that anyways. But I like streaming so people can watch me ride. If I put my stuff on my bike instead of having it on the backpack, it wouldn't even be an annoyance. What do you see? Valley bike? Is that like a gravel bike? Or like a commuter bike to ride on the pavement? This is really good practice, how this bike handles going around the curves. Oh my gosh. Okay, I thought okay, I'm being trolled, I think. Wait, is that Dentastic? The chat wasn't loading and I couldn't hear TTS good. Oh, hi Dan. I think that's really good. I hope you're having a nice day. I thought the valley bike was actually terminology I didn't know, which maybe it is. Okay, sometimes you're trolling, sometimes you're serious, I never know. But you got me really, really good. I didn't even know who it was until I was like, wait, what's a valley bike? What? Oh, I see. That's what I meant, yeah. I definitely did not mean to say joking or trolling. What? Hi, Ari. For Valley Girls. Oh my. That's what I didn't know. Is Valley Bike actually a certain type of bike? Like there's commuter bikes and stuff. Like I thought maybe Valley Bikes were like the ones with, you know, the big wide handlebars and everything. Like the, just, hi Glue. Well, I mean, if they're actually those kind of bikes, like you can't really ride them fast. Like the ones with the kind of like V-shape handlebars, where they kind of go over beside you almost. Those things are like, I guess fine if you just want to like cruise, but they're not good for riding fast on road or off road. You really would die on a bike trail. Hi Glue, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Like I was thinking it's maybe the ones, you know, with the really V-shaped handlebars. Assuming that's actually a little thing and I'm not being trolled. And how are you, Ari? I don't think I asked you either. We're all having a nice day. I'm having a really nice day. There's not many trails here and I've ridden them all the ones that I can pretty much. I'm just riding the same loop basically over and over. But that's a lot of fun. Good. It's a little humid under these trees. Like, unless I'm going downhill, the sweat doesn't evaporate. So I'm just like, I guess because it rained a few days ago a lot and it's been cloudy, smoky, mostly. I'll go down the beginner trail again because I've only done it once. The beginner one's not near as banked. Everybody else left. I'm like the only person here. That's cool, I have a whole park to myself. I noticed I didn't see anyone else, all the other cars left. Oh, cool. What'd you play? Doesn't have V-shaped handlebars. My handlebars are lower. What? Is lowercase? Is that road bike handlebars? I assume so. Dang, that's crazy. What were you playing? Where you got 12 viewers? I don't think I've seen you stream in a very long time. They might all be late at night where I'm asleep by then or whatever. Oh, I do not know what Cookie Clicker is, but I know what Forza is. Well, cool. I hope you had a nice time. Ah, I see, I see. Well, it sounded like you probably had an exciting one. So that's good. Have you ever actually streamed? What? What? Oh my. Oh, I see, I see. Well, I'm Meow for channel points, so about the same thing. Huh. Oh yeah, I saw you again the other day when I went to the garden. The garden has the ducks that you said one of them's you. I hadn't been there for months, and I finally streamed there day before yesterday, I think. Yeah, Monday. Really? This is really cool compared to how it's been most of the summer. This is like pretty much perfect weather. At least to me. Maybe a little cooler. Like 5 or 10 degrees could be fine. Any lower would be too cold. Does it stay cold there all the time? Yeah, I've never been to New Zealand. I kind of like to go. It looks really pretty there. A lot of cool stuff. But it's very, very far away. Wait, let me look and see what it is right now so I can guess what 25 is. Because I only know freedom units. Whew. I'm tired. See, it's 23 Celsius right now here. So, top temps of 25. Oh, 30 if lucky, so I guess occasionally it gets to 30. Dang, that is if that's like the max it ever gets hotter than that quite a bit. It's usually about the temp it is now a lot in the spring, like June, and then in the fall. This year it stayed hot. I think a little later than some years. Like August, it still got, here it gets up, I mean, I don't have a good opinion though either, because I've only been up here for like 4 summers. And they've all been a bit different enough that I have no idea actually what the norm is. But July is kind of warm. Although the first year I came up here in July, it never hardly got up out of the 70s into the 80s. So about like what you're describing. But last year and this year is kind of hot. This year I actually didn't have that many really hot in 90s days, but quite a few in the 80s. And I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't know how to translate this into Celsius. Well, I guess 30 is probably like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 Celsius. I guess it would be, except for I think, see Celsius, it's not like 1 to 1. It's pretty nice here. I don't like the winters here. It stays like, see you, Glue. Yeah, I hope you have a nice day. In the winters here, there's like 2 months straight where it basically never gets above 45. And it's cloudy like 5 days a week at least, or more. And freaking rains almost every day. It's just like freaking hell or something. Like, just sucks. Not a single nice day. Like, I don't mind days like that if it occasionally got nice, but it's like below 45, it's not nice to me. In 2 months straight is a bit much to deal with. So it looks like there's about 2 or 3 more weeks left before it gets colder and it starts raining more. So I'm going to try to utilize it as much as I can if it's not smoky before I have to start hibernating for the winter. I mean, maybe more than 2 or 3 weeks. If I go look at like mega extended forecasts, like for next 30 days, I think it's supposed to be in the 70s like 2 more weeks and then get down into the 60s, and then where the highs are in the low 60s. And I don't remember. That's all I remember from the last time I looked. Maybe it was a 3-week forecast or something. And assuming that it doesn't change a lot, then that's accurate. Usually here in the winter, about the time it gets where the highs are low 60s, it starts raining a whole bunch also. And I don't mind low 60s, but when it gets where the highs are lower than the low 60s, like, it's still better than 45, but it's not like, that's, I mean, not really bad. It's just once it get like that, it won't get warmer again until like May or something. And it's just a very long time to go when it's no warm weather. And my legs are too tired to pedal hardly anymore. Oh, it's, someone else got here, another car. Oh, my legs. I think this is tiring. It's not. Hi, Catsy. Yeah, my legs are about to the point of collapsing, so I don't know how much more biking. There's not really any breaks here because I'm not doing any sitting down, not pedaling much. The downhills I'm standing up, using my legs, going up down jumps. So that's about as that actually might be more tiring than going uphill. So I ride uphill and then I turn around and bounce on my legs downhill. They almost felt like they were going to start cramping up last one. I guess I should stretch for a minute and then try riding some more. I hope you're doing good today, Catsy. It says I've ridden 5.9 miles. This is really, really curvy under trees, so I don't know how accurate it is. I guess that's quite a bit for mountain biking. I'm not used to mountain biking. And like where I went mountain biking last time, you could just take it easy going on downhills. This is all downhill trails with jumps or humps. I guess they're not jumps, but you can jump over them. So my legs feel pretty like wrecked at this point. Oh, here's a... Oh, have I been going for an hour and a half? Oh, nice. Yeah, I guess 1.5 hours with no... I've like stopped a few times to drink water, but other than that, no breaks. And like usually I go uphill and I can really push my legs, but then I, kind of just cruise downhill. But these downhills, standing up, bouncing up and down over the bumps are kind of tiring. At least once you've ridden uphill a lot, it is tiring. What time is it? I need to stop at like 6 or somewhere around 6. I could go a little past 6. I need to check again. This has been fun though, and a really good workout. I think I've... Did my Fitbit stop working? Why does it still just say 121? Oh, I think it's slid on my arm because it's kind of loose and my arm's so sweaty. Right now it's working better. I think I've kept my heart rate up pretty well most of the time. All right, 5:41. So I could ride like 20 more minutes. I guess I'll see how my legs feel stretching. I'll at least do one more time. I might ride for a whole another like 15 or 20 minutes. Oh, I guess I could just cruise down the easy trail. That doesn't really have jumps. That is kind of just coasting. It's fun going over those humps and around the curves that have berms. I've never ridden this bike enough to know how to handle it around stuff like that, even trails I kind of know. So I've gotten a lot better at that today. Well, anyway, this backpack on, I really pretty much have to lean over more going around since I have extra weight all the way up on my back. So this is just a little, I've never been to this park before, so I decided, I was planning on going last year. I think it opened last year in the summer, and I was gonna go last fall, and never did. But it's really, really small. There's just a few loops on this side, and then on the other side of the road, there's a few loops where you just ride. Like this is the whole hill I just rode up pretty much. Like this is the top, and you just coast down. The other side, there's one intermediate trail, but it's really, really, really dusty. And I can't hardly handle my bike good enough to go down the drops and then land in like an inch of dust and loose gravel. And one of the hills I went down at once and my front tire almost washed out from under me. And then since then, I've just been afraid of crashing. And the other stuff over there is Black Diamond, and I started walking one of those hills. And they're like almost too steep to walk your bike down. You pretty much just need to be able to ride good enough to ride down it. And I don't think I've ever ridden a Black Diamond trail. I've always just been intermediate. So I gave up over there and I've just been doing these loops. It's still been fun and a nice workout. All right, I'm better at this now. I'm finally getting more used to my tires, because I'm also riding today with my tires like with way, way, way less air pressure in them than I'm used to. So it like freaks me out on some of the curves because they don't feel, my bike doesn't feel as planted because I can feel the play in the tires. I mean, it handles way better because I get way, 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 way better traction. Like, it doesn't even try to slip on stuff that used to I wouldn't really get traction on. But it still weirds me out because it feels different. All right, beginner trail, I just went down. I'm gonna go down the intermediate one more time, and I might go ahead and stop. My legs are starting to scream at me. It's like, we don't want to do this. a bunch of little kids bike riding here. Hi. Hello. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've never seen these are, I guess, really nice trails for. I've never seen as many little kids riding. Or like, how many people's been riding here today? Half of them have been people with kids, and the other half have just been, I guess, people going for short rides. It's a really good trail system for that. Yeah. Yeah, like the beginner one over there is really, really, really easy. And this is even really easy for an intermediate. Like really, if you just don't go too fast and get more air than you, or get air and you can't handle air, this intermediate one right here is fine. Like most of the trail systems here will have like maybe like one beginner trail is all they have. This also only has one, but they're usually yeah, that the top of the one I just went on. So if it's a beginner, that was the top of the beginner trail because it's longer. And then where there was the trail crossing it, and then I got on the intermediate. The top of the beginner trail was pretty much, it was just barely downhill. You really mostly pumped your way over the, like you do a pump track, over the humps to get going. And then once you got on the intermediate, it's like steeper downhill. But yeah, it's still just, they're not jumps. Like you could get air on them. Here, I'll show you. There's one more right up here, a really, really short one that actually has jumps. They don't have gaps in between, but they're like made where you can ride them or jump and land on the other side. I'm not good enough at jumping to know how to make sure I go far enough and don't land with my back wheel up on the top and throw myself over. But there's one trail over here that has jumps and not just like humps that you can get air on, like a pump track, I guess, like type of humps. And the other side, there's a couple, the Black Diamond had some jumps, like build up of wood that you can jump over with gaps. But they had trails you could ride around them also if you can't do them with no gaps. But that one has some crazy drops that I was worried about going down because they're also super loose. Yeah, here's the other intermediate one that actually has jumps where you could get air and try to land on the, it's just 3 of them, and that's like the whole trail basically. Because here's the uphill one again. But I'm tired, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop. My legs just feel destroyed. I've ridden this much, but not this much without taking breaks. So I guess it was a real good workout. Let's see, here's the trail map. So I was over here, there's an uphill trail and then the beginner downhill. I was doing that part of the time, and then part of the time coming over and getting on that intermediate, and that's the one that kind of looked like the pump track. And here's the one I just went down with the 3 jumps. And then on the other side, there's a intermediate. Hello, how's it going? And then I tried going down this Black Diamond, and it was kind of scary, at least for me. This intermediate wasn't hard, other than there was a couple places where it kind of went down steep, and then you just landed in some really, really, really deep like dust and everything, because it. Oh really? I don't know if I've even heard of that. Doing good? Awesome. I'm in the Pacific Northwest of a corner of the U.S. It says they bought this land in 2016. I was thinking it opened last year. Maybe it opened before that. Or if they bought it in 2016, it might have taken them until last year to actually It doesn't say when the park actually opened, just that they bought it in 2016. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. At the northern coast of the island of Borneo? That is I'm gonna go look on Google Maps. I think it's fun to just explore and see where places are. I know where Malaysia is, but not that island. Brunei. Yeah, I haven't ever either. Wow, that does look really small. Like, the island's pretty large that it's on, but you zoom in, it's just tiny, just in one little tiny area. Dang. Oh. So it looks like the rest of it is part of it's Indonesia and part of it's, what, the Philippines? That island? Or, because I see a boundary line, I just don't see central. Oh, maybe these are. I don't know how to read these names. Uh-oh. Oh, that's just Google Maps of it. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's what I had just gotten pulled up. Can I? I don't know how to let you do links on mobile. Or I would. But yeah, that's a really, really, really small country. That's crazy. That's kind of cool. I've never heard of it until today. Yeah. Uh-huh. The northwest corner, Washington State. So it's like almost all the way. I'm all the way up in the northwest corner of the continental U.S. I've just been mountain biking, but I think I was about ready to stop because actually it's 6 anyways, so I pretty much need to stop now anyways and start heading towards home, because I thought I would stop and get gas at Costco or something on the way home if I leave and have extra time. Oh, my legs. Oh, really? Nice. I've never been anywhere near there. The only time I've been out of the U.S. is I've gone to the Dominican Republic one time. Other than that, I hadn't been to Europe or Asia or like Australia or anything like that. Yeah, I'm sorry, you showed up right at the end of the mountain biking. I would go ride a little more, but my legs are really tired. And I didn't realize it was 6 either, so I did need to start heading home. I guess there is the VOD if you want to see any of it. This is like a really small trail system. I'd never been to it before, so I decided to check it out today. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, this is like right outside Seattle. So, like 30 minutes out 90, out in the mountains. So you've actually been really, really close to here. Like in the mountains, like east of Seattle. Man, my legs are filthy. These trails were really dusty. I haven't gotten this dusty riding in a while. I guess I haven't ridden any trails that were this dusty in a while. Oh, cool. I've only ever been to a few zoos. even remember which all wins. There's a, I guess, decently nice zoo in Seattle, but I've never gone to it. It's like really expensive. I think it's like $45 a ticket. I guess that's not really expensive for Seattle. That's about normal price, but really expensive to me. Right, I figure I'll stream driving part of the way back into town because the mountains are nice. Just let me switch to my... Actually, I'll go ahead and take the headset off, the helmet off first and stuff. I was going to say I'll go to the RV screen in just a minute while I switch to my phone, but I'll do this first. Let's see. I need the mic plugged up to my phone, or there's a lot of road noise. Hours away or something like that, like drive, plus however long it... Hey, thank you for the follow. Plus however long it takes to get through across the border, which I don't really know how long, if that ever backs up, or how long it usually takes. Yeah, thank you for the follow. I stream like about half the time I stream VR games, mostly Beat Saber, which is a rhythm game, and then about the other half of the time I stream bike riding or hiking or something. Or like or the weekend before last, I went to a gaming convention I go to, but all my stuff is nasty. But yeah, I do about half VR streams and about half IRL stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my bike in the car, and then I'll switch to my phone. Oh, and here's my bike for anyone that hadn't seen it, that wants to. If it's already a little dirty, it's mega nasty or dusty after today. All right. All right, got my bike on. Yes, I think it's on good. Yeah. Shouldn't come off. All right, let me switch to my phone real quick. So I'll be right back in a few minutes. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right, hello.
Ahmedbot says, scene switched to IRL phone Bilabox Cloud.
Guess that's okay. Oh, it's using phone mic right now. I just remembered I bought more wet ones. I always like these to clean your legs off when you go mountain biking, and I had to run out. So now I can do that before I touch the steering wheel, because I got mud, like dirt all over them. Well, it's basically turned into mud. My sweaty hands got dirt all over them from taking my bike shoes off and stuff. Let me get the lid to screw back on. Oh, it snaps on this way. Oh, Logarithm, I don't know if you're still here, but do you remember those wet ones we bought in Colorado that I still had in my car? Somehow they lasted multiple summers, I guess because it doesn't get as hot up here and they never dried out. I pretty much only use them after bike riding or going hiking. Well, I finally used the rest of them earlier, a few months ago. They somehow didn't dry out, and we bought those in like 2018 or something, I think. Or 2019. I guess we maybe went in 2019. It was like the last time we drove out there and drove back. Yeah. Yeah, they somehow hadn't dried out, or at least not enough where I couldn't use them. And I don't sweat as much here, so I don't get like, you know, my legs caked with dirt like they are today. Usually not. So I didn't really use them much. But yeah, I finally actually used the rest of those. It was that dang Shrek container or something that showed Shrek on it. That's why I remembered that it's the same one. All right. Where are my keys? They're in my pocket and not in the backpack. Yeah, I think so. I think we bought them then in 2019 when we drove that. That's what I was thinking.
Video mode. Recording started. Wi-Fi is on.
Because the only time we've gone since then is when when I was up here and I flew down there and met you there, and we rented that Jeep. That piece of garbage that we drove around that was basically falling apart. Yeah. I want to go there again. It'd be fun. I also want to go more places here. I really want to drive over to the... I was thinking about trying to do that next week or the week after or something, maybe, before it gets cold. I kind of want to try to go over to the peninsula and go camping. Like at that campground that's like over right on the ocean or something. Seemed like it could be really fun. I had thought about that last week also to get away from the smoke. Alright, oh. I need to put my phone in here the other way for the mic to work. Oh wait, no, just that way. It just can't go in all the way. Alright, there we go. Let's hope that it doesn't overheat. Last time I did this, it overheated pretty bad. But it was hot that day sitting in the sun also. Well, let me just check traffic real quick, and then I guess I'll head back towards into town. $17 All right, 17 minutes to Costco. And I think I'll go all the way to Costco. So I can get gas, and then I'll in stream there before I drive the rest of the way, like towards home. But that'll be driving all the way into town, like once I'm out of the mountains, so you still get to see the nice views. I'm actually cold now in the car with the air on. Getting that sweaty. So this mountain right in front of me that you can see on the other side of the interstate, there's multiple hiking trails going up there where you can hike to different parts. They're all like really like a lot of elevation gain because those things just like straight up. I've been thinking about trying to go hiking there one day. Wait, can you not get on the... Is that to get on the interstate? Oh, that was to get on the interstate. Oops. I've never been on that side of the interstate at this exit. I've always gotten off on this side. Let's go up here and turn around. It like, I was confused because there was no left turn lane, or and I was looking to the right because I figured, well, maybe it has one of those curvy ramps that curve around, because Washington has a lot of those. Well, there'll be a regular ramp on one side for you to go there, but then there'll be a curvy one to get on from the other direction. Oh, this is the Outlet Shopping Center. I've never actually been here. Oh, so the Baking Stream redeem got redeemed Monday. I might go try to do that tomorrow. I was gonna decide tonight, and I'll post something in Discord if I am. I'm not sure what I'm gonna make. I think I'm gonna make cheesecake though, because I really like cheesecake, and I've been wanting cheesecake for a while. But I'd have to go home and make sure I probably do the same cheesecake I've made before if I can find the recipe, and make sure I have everything. If I don't tomorrow, I might try to do the next day. But I hadn't done a baking stream since like December is I think the last one I did. I thought this right lane ended, but I guess not. Man, I really do. I want cheesecake now, thinking about it. Oh, that just sounds really good. I bought some cheesecake recently someplace because partly I wanted to see how good it was compared to like what I fix. But oh, like ride through town? Cool. I've done that a little bit here, but I mostly don't like riding on the road. If it's bike lanes, I don't really mind. I've ridden quite a bit through town here on bike trails, like places where there's a lot of old like rail trails that used to be railroads. So I'm gonna get over here. Oh, the sun. That sounds fun. Here, Seattle and Bellevue, there's quite a few trails and roads to ride on in both downtown areas. I can't see anything from the sun, or just can't see the mountains, but hopefully you guys can. So do you ride your bike, like you said well, I guess you said you used to in Sydney. Did you just ride it on the street, like through traffic? Like, were you used to that where it didn't bother you? Or did they have a lot of bike trails or bike lanes? I know some countries are like really, really good about having a lot of nice bike lanes and stuff. I've ridden mine a little bit here on roads without bike lanes. But I watch so many people when I'm driving, like drive around looking at their cell phones. And they don't hardly see other cars and they hit them. And they almost hit other cars that I really don't think they're gonna see a bike. And I mean, some of them, they swerve over into the bike lanes also while they're texting people on their cell phone or whatever they're doing. But it's still, yeah. But still, if it's a bike lane, unless they're swerving over enough, if I'm on the other edge of the bike lane, at least there's a little extra room. Where if I'm out in the lane and they're just cruising down, looking at their cell phone, then they're just gonna hit me. So I still feel a little safer. Yeah, I really like it. It's like super pretty. I kind of grew up near the mountains. Like, it's Appalachian Mountains, they're different, but like, I don't really like flat areas that much. I really like green mountainous areas. So but yeah, I don't go into the mountains that much here. But it's kind of uglier in the city, and then when I finally go into the mountains, sometimes it'll surprise me. I'll be like, whoa, this really does look really nice. Yeah, I noticed when you were doing that, whenever you did a month ago or so, the bike stream, it looked like there was trees pretty much the whole time that you were riding through along the road. It looked really pretty. It did look really flat though. Like, it's kind of hard to tell on stream as much if it's hilly or not, but like, I didn't see any mountains. Oh, I see. Yeah, I really like mountains. But I like trees the most. Left lane closed ahead. Uh-oh. There's someone pulling out on the interstate also. Work truck. I guess they're getting ready to close it. But yeah, I like mountains, but I'd rather live in a flat area with trees probably than like a know, the mountain area. Bumpity bump. Man, you can like, right now you can better. You could like not see the lines at all there because it had those thin lines and it was in the sun. See, I'm getting off here, and I figured I'd get gas at Costco because they're usually cheaper than anyone else, and their gas is better. Than like if you go get unbranded gas at the grocery store, which is the only other like cheap places to get it. And I'll probably go ahead and stop stream there. Because if I streamed past then, it wouldn't be much more. It would mostly just be going through town. Well, I actually could. I probably... Actually, I might not stop there. I might just go ahead and keep going for another 20 minutes. Until I get over on the other side of the mountains. Of like Cougar Mountain. Like that side of town. So right here in front of me, there's a bike trail / walking trail up there on the bridge that goes over the interstate. Some of the towns here have some pretty nice bike paths. There's quite a few bike paths though where they've like built a path and then built a path somewhere else, but they haven't actually connected them. So then you have to get into, if you want to get between them, some of them you have to get on some really, really busy roads. Like busy enough that I don't really want to ride on them. I'm worried about getting ran over. Like roads like this. Busy. Truck. Yep, he's coming out here. Interesting. Oh, that was probably for a HOV lane back there. Because I think those are usually black diamonds. Oh, that is really funny. Yes, I guess a black diamond path. And it's like difficult. Oh, right here. So it says right lane, and it's a black diamond. And, so it's for the bike lane. So it's usually HOV lanes, like on the interstate. So it's like an HOV lane, in case you don't know, is like usually here is if there's two people in the car. So it's like carpooling. There's some toll lanes here, and they can also be HOV, but that's for three people or more. Some of them are two people or more. Some of them are three people or more. But some of the towns have their bike lanes marked as with black diamonds. I don't think most of them do, but I guess Issaquah, which is where I'm at right now, because I just saw that sign. It said bike lane and had a black diamond, and then there was actually a diamond painted on the lane, like a picture of a bike and a diamond. But I guess it's also black diamond difficulty. This is about as not getting ran over is about as difficult as going down like the jumps and hills for a black diamond trail. I think I'm gonna take my mic off while I'm getting gas and not stand out by the gas pump with a mic on talking. So I'll be back in a minute once I get up there, and then I'll stream. So let me look at traffic. Yeah, then I'll stream over to like kind of other side of town. Why is the bitrate so bad here? It's like actually horrendous. Let's see, I guess I can go ahead and pull in front of this guy. Person left. All right, I will be right back.
Recording stopped.
Alright, I'm back. Oh no, my phone's overheating. I was worried about it because it's just been sitting here in the sun. Oh, I do have I turned the heat on when I got in the car because I had the air on it first.
Recording started.
And
Wi-Fi is on.
it was kind of cool and it was sweaty. I guess I still had it kind of warm in here. Maybe it'll just borderline overheat though and not turn off. So if anyone recognizes this area, I've ridden here a few times. There's an actual bike trail on the other side of the road right here, like right in front of me. Like kind of right under the traffic lights that are red. If like people recognized the road earlier when I was driving down it, because I've ridden my bike right beside it. This is where there's a state park right over here to the right, and I parked there and rode on the trail over to the lake, and then rode up along the lake. I just realized my windshield is nasty. Probably stream can't see anything either. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, you were watching that one. That's that's like the first day I streamed with the Creeper app or whatever, the map. Where I rode up that hill and then went along the lake. Yeah. And then right on the bike trail, it went right down this road right here to the right and over to the park. That's really funny that one time when I think Fifi was watching and said that there was a cursor circling my name on the map. And I was just thinking like, oh, okay. I kind of like that. I mean, I like the overlay a lot, though. It's nice. I mean, the temperature is nice and everything, but I like the speed a lot. Like, if I was watching my stream, like I've watched some other people bike ride a few times, and it's cool being able to see how fast they're going and how long they've ridden. Like, I didn't record my miles with anything else. I know, like, I've used Strava and it's not very accurate. I've meant to go, like, record my miles with Strava or something on my phone and see if that app is more or less accurate, just so I kind of have an idea of what the mileage would be like. Like how, because Strava can be like pretty far off, like if you're mountain biking, because it cuts off the curve so much. Yeah. Yeah, in mountain biking, I'm always just under trees the whole time. Yeah. I mean, I actually have, yeah, I have a speedometer, or whatever they're called, computer that, with the magnets that you put on your wheel to tell my miles. I had one on my old mountain bike, and then I got an extra one to put on my road bike or leisure bike or whatever, and never actually put it on. So I have it, so I could stick it on my mountain bike or my other bike. Yeah, and most of the trails that I've ridden on, the GPS seems pretty accurate because I'm just riding straight and I'm not under trees much, so I should probably just put that on my mountain bike. Then I could still have the overlay with the miles, and even if it's like, 2 or 3 miles off, because I think when I've used my phone before to track my miles, because I think the one I have will tell like mileage and total miles you've ridden and your average speed and all that. Like, it's not a really fancy one. I really want I'd really like to have one of the fancy ones that you can like Bluetooth to your phone and it'll like track all your miles and show where you went with like that is GPS also. And some of those I think are more accurate because like my Fitbit, the GPS on it is more accurate than what my cell phone can track. I hadn't actually tried my iPhone tracking me, but compared to my Android phone, and like I think some of the like Garmin, I know like some of the Garmin watches and stuff are like really accurate, like more accurate than a cell phone. They still wouldn't be super accurate under trees, but like I guess with those it would just show where you were at on the map, and then it would get the mileage from like the magnets on your wheels. Or at least I haven't looked at those really well. The ones that show you on the map with GPS might not have magnets that go on your wheels. I've just kind of looked at them in the stores a little bit, but some of those you can get like $300 or $400 bike computers, and they look really, really nice. But like I'd never actually ride enough to go spend $300 or $400 on something that goes on my handlebars just to tell me, how fast I'm going. Oh, really? Well, dang. I figured most of them would still be magnets, like on the wheels, because, I guess GPS only is mostly fine for road bikes. for mountain bikes, it's not very accurate because you're under trees most of the time. Or I guess it depends. If you live someplace and you mountain bike where there's no trees, it's fine also. It's not good for like this area. Uh-huh. Like your phone can do pretty much everything that one of those can. And like if you go spend $300 or $400 for a bike computer, then you're spending as much as what you can get a phone for. Like a pretty decent phone. Uh-huh. Yeah, and I already did that. I didn't want to put my expensive cell phone on my handlebars and, like, you know, it shake around until it messed up. I was worried about it shaking so much it would mess up the camera, like if I was riding on gravel or something, and I couldn't really, like, I researched a little bit on the internet and couldn't really figure out if that would hurt it or not. But I really like taking pictures with my phone, and I also thought, well, if I crash or if it comes off somehow, like bounces off on bumps or something, like I don't want to, you know, break my expensive phone. So I just got a really, really, really cheap Motorola phone that I don't even have service on, that I just get on my Wi-Fi hotspot and I just use it to read chat. And then if it dies, then, you know, I'm never going to use it. So it doesn't even, it's so cheap, it doesn't even have a optical image stabilization, if I remember right. So there's like nothing in the camera to even break. And yeah, it works like great for a chat phone with no cell service. Yeah, I know, like, I've heard of people riding on motorcycles and like the engine, the way it vibrates or the road or whatever, can like mess up the optical image stabilization. But I didn't know if a bike would, riding on gravel or like something really rough. But I figured, well, if a motorcycle could, you might be able to, you know, it's probably more larger bumps, and the motorcycle is probably just the, like, you might not ever do anything on a bike that would kill it, but I figured it still can't be that great. Like, it bounces around some in my pocket, but it's in my pocket, and that is way less bouncy than being on my handlebars, just being beat to death. Because, like, I'll ride on so much gravel sometimes that my hands start going numb from just like bouncing, like holding the handlebars. And I thought, well, I don't want to, you know, destroy my camera doing that. Since that's like the main way I take pictures. Like I just take pictures with my cell phone. It has a nice camera. Uh-huh. I guess when I was looking, only the ones with the really nice cameras, like if you have a flagship phone, a lot of times it'll have optical stabilization. But I don't know if all of them do. I had a Pixel 7, and it also had a optical zoom. I had a Pixel 7 Pro, and I also didn't want to kill the optical zoom. And then I have the iPhone that I'm using streaming right now. And it has optical image stabilization. I definitely don't want to kill it, because I take pictures with it and use it to stream. So I didn't want to put either one of them on my handlebars. Because they both just ended up having optical, both ones I had. Like my iPhone is a cheap model, so it doesn't have an optical zoom, but it is does have optical image stabilization. And like my Pixel 7, the optical zoom has like moving parts. Like you can zoom it in and out and look at it and like watch it move. And I thought, well, I definitely don't want to kill that. I really miss that. Some US Mobile was selling Pixel 9s for $250, which is like crazy cheap. Like I've never seen it was like right before the Pixel 10s came out, but I've never seen like a current Pixel for that cheap. So I went and bought one because my Pixel 7 had a really, really bad modem. So it worked great for a phone, but it got really, really bad upload speed. So it was like I had 3 carriers for streaming, but it was almost just like having 2 because whatever service I had in my Pixel 7 just wasn't good at all unless I was right under the tower, just about. And the Pixel 9 has way, way, way better modem. It's basically as good as my iPhone. But it's a base model, so it doesn't have the digital zoom. Which I kind of actually miss that. It was only like a 2x digital zoom, but it still made a really big difference. Compared to only having it. Wait, did I say digital? I meant optical zoom. It was really nice compared to only having digital zoom. Right, I'm going to stop right up here and go ahead and stop stream. Go find someone to raid before I drive any more into town. That sounds extremely weird. Interesting. Wait, so it doesn't have like a front camera in the phone? It just has one camera and you just flip it around to use it as a selfie camera? That seems kind of cool. Like it wouldn't have to have 2 cameras. Like I remember when phones used to, the front-facing cameras were really bad. A lot of phones now have pretty good front-facing cameras. I guess that's true also, yeah. You're not like holding your phone with a camera just staring at your face the whole time that anybody could use if they have access to it. Yeah, not having a camera in the screen. Because now phones, like the screen takes up the whole front of the phone. So like instead of the camera being at the edge of the screen, it's just literally in the screen. So then you don't have the camera just taking up part of your screen. So that's also really nice. Uh-huh. I didn't know any phones did that. I wonder why that one... I mean, it makes more sense. I assume it's probably more expensive. Like, they save putting the front camera in the phone. But having to have one that is on a hinge that can flip around or whatever. I assume that's probably why more phones aren't like that. Or expensive to make one that won't just like break off. It seems actually nice practical wise. Yeah, because I like basically never ever use my front facing camera. Hardly ever. I will occasionally, like more often streaming. Oh, and like when I was doing PAX, I set up this. Hi. With both cameras because I thought that would be nicer for like walking around PAX and everything. But like I usually don't ever use the front facing camera, so most of the time I almost wouldn't even care if I'm at PAX or something, I'll do this. Oh, yeah, I don't think I've had a phone in a while that didn't have at least optical image stabilization. I've only ever had one phone with optical zoom, and that was that Pixel 7. And that thing was freaking amazing. Like, I think it was only a 2x. Maybe it was a 4x zoom. But it made a really big difference trying to take pictures from a long ways off. There's stuff I just can't get a decent looking picture of at all now. Still trying to decide who I should raid. I'm cold now. I turned the the air on to keep my phone from overheating. Oh, I see. Yeah, I used to have like a digital camera, like before cell phones had decent cameras, but like now I don't take enough pictures to get I don't take that many pictures to go where I want to go buy a separate camera or whatever. And like used to, like I didn't want to carry it around at every place, so I'd end up using my phone some of the time anyways. So I just take phone camera pictures now. I don't actually see, let's see. I think I'm just not gonna raid anybody because there's nobody on that I've watched like recently at all. And I don't really want to raid somebody I hadn't talked in their chat in like 3 years. Or never at all, and then just like leave in a few minutes. That's crazy. It's actually like nobody. So I guess I'm just gonna end the stream. So yeah. Alright, anyways, bye everybody. Hope it was fun to watch. I had fun. I'm tired now. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. You got to watch a little bit of the mountain biking before I stopped. I guess I only rode for like 15 minutes or something. But yeah. I'll probably try to Oh yeah. Yeah, you probably you can go back in the VOD and watch other trails. I walked down all of the hard stuff. The hardest thing I rode down was I stopped at a place and then I went down another hill, and like I thought I was gonna eat it. Like I got in really deep like the you probably couldn't tell on the stream. The ones I rode that you saw a lot were all hard packed. The ones on the other side were just like, it felt like an inch or two of like dust and rocks that you got in. So like I went there and my front tire just felt like I thought it was for sure gonna wash out from under me right after I'd gone down the hill. And some of those hills also, like it was so loose that you couldn't brake or you'd start just sliding over. So I'm not used to riding trails that much enough to commit to going down a hill when I don't know if I'm going to be able to use my brakes hardly at all. And, you know, I'm worried about going over the handlebars. I can ride stuff like that a little bit better. Backpack, like streaming, having the backpack on my back with that much more weight higher up. It doesn't seem like it would make that big a difference, but it does make quite a bit of difference with like I have to shift back behind the seat like a lot more. I mean, it's probably only like 15 pounds, but still 15 pounds all the way up on my back. I'd kind of like to set it up where where I have that stuff on my bike. But anyway, so you can go watch the VOD. It should be on the VOD. If it's not, I have a IRL YouTube channel also that it'll be on. It should be the same. It might be better quality there. Yeah. Yeah, like the first one, the first part I stopped, I wasn't sure enough to commit. And then I started to go walk down the other part, and I'm like, no, I'll be fine. So I just like went down it, and like if I had tried to stop on it, I might have went over the handlebars. But I went down fast enough. But then my wheel still almost washed out. So if I was a little more comfortable on my bike, I would have tried more of those. But them being that loose and me not knowing the trails, like one place I did think I could ride and I didn't, and then when I walked down it, like there was a drop off here, and if I had gone down on the left side I would have been fine. If I had gone down on the right side, I probably would have went over the handlebars if I wasn't going fast enough, because it was like a really big drop. So I'm always worried about doing that on a trail that I don't know, that I like read it wrong and go down the wrong side of the trail with not enough speed, and then I, you know, just crash. And I was better at stuff like that with my 26-inch bike, but I haven't actually rode that on legit. Mostly what I've ridden that on are like gravel, like rail to trail trails. I haven't actually done that much mountain biking, and most of the mountain biking I have done is like single track, and then the downhill. Like there's another trail system I go to a lot, and it's a bunch of humps, like the part that you said looked a lot like a pump track. Like those are downhill. So I hadn't actually rode hardly anything here since I've had that bike that you drop off of roots and rocks and stuff. So I need to get used to that stuff. I just didn't feel like it today. So after I almost like scared myself that one time, I went back around again and ended up just walking down everything. And then I'm just like, all right, screw this. I'm just staying on the other side of the road. But yeah. Sorry, I was texting somebody that messaged me. Right, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and stop. But see you, Catsy and Logarithm, and anyone else that's here. I'm probably going to be really sore tomorrow because I destroyed my legs. So I'll probably try to do that baking stream. I had a lot of fun today, and I really want to go bike riding again because I had so much fun today, but my legs are probably going to be too tired. So I guess I'll decide when I get home. I'll decide tonight if I'm doing the baking stream or not, because I wanted to give people at least a little bit of a heads up. So I'll post something on Discord if I do decide to do the baking stream. And yeah.